Welcome to Escrow Out Loud, the SF Real Estate podcast from Jackson Fuller Real Estate. Experts on San Francisco real estate since 2002. Podcast notes with links available at jacksonfuller.com/podcast.
Hi, I'm Matt Fuller. Today is Thursday, April 16th, and I hope this podcast finds you safe and sheltering in place. As shelter in place continues, real estate has been deemed an essential industry, although what that means is open to wide interpretation because of a lack of consistency between local, state, and federal guidance. The shelter-in-place directive that was updated on March 31st, 2020 for San Francisco includes the following information about doing real estate business at this time. And I'm reading from Part 13, Section F, Paragraph X. Service providers that enable residential transactions, including rentals, leases, and home sales, including but not limited to real estate agents, escrow agents, notaries, and title companies, may continue, provided that appointments and other residential viewings must only occur virtually, or if a virtual viewing is not feasible, by appointment with no more than 2 visitors at a time residing within the same household or living unit and 1 individual showing the unit, except in-person visits are not allowed under any circumstances when the occupant is still residing in the residence. So, what is a virtual tour? The short answer is that anything that isn't an in-person tour with agents and buyers in the property probably qualifies as a virtual tour. That said, there's an enormous range of what agents are touting and advertising as a virtual tour. Obviously, looking at photos online is a virtual experience. It's like the 1990s version of virtual reality. But beyond that, an increasing order of complexity and immersiveness, we have, number 1, movies or videos that walk a potential buyer through the property on a predetermined route that the buyer can't change or deviate from. And if you've watched any of these, you'll quickly discover that most realtors are not good narrators or cinematographers, and don't even get me started on the clip art music. Number 2, podcast and audio descriptions of properties. We did one for our listing at 82 Malta. I'm not aware of that many more. The third one, virtual walkthroughs. The most common in San Francisco is a Matterport walkthrough, and it enables a buyer to walk through a property just like if you were using Google Street View. The buyer's in control of where they walk, and you can pan up and down and left and right. Matterport's not perfect, but it is a phenomenal technology and probably the best of the virtual walkthroughs that I have seen so far. And finally, we've got virtually hosted tours. In a virtually hosted tour, the agent is at the property and is broadcasting their presence and willingness to walk through a property with a buyer. Options range from prearranged one-to-one FaceTime tours to agents broadcasting on any of the live services like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or holding a meeting room open on a service like Zoom or Skype or GoToMeeting. So, if you're looking for information online about a virtual tour for a property and you don't see anything listed, definitely reach out to your agent and have them check with the listing agent, or if you don't have an agent yourself, feel free to reach out to the listing agent and see if there are additional virtual marketing materials available. The MLS was designed long ago and far away. Pictures were an add-on to the MLS, and the MLS really hasn't caught up with any of the virtual tour options. So the MLS is unfortunately not a reliable distribution channel for information about a virtual tour or touring a property virtually. So, number 1, if you can't find it online, check, because it may be available. And also, if you are planning a virtual tour, make sure you ask your agent what kind it will be. It's important that all parties have the same expectations, not to mention the same apps and technology, to ensure that a virtual tour actually allows you to see the house instead of just getting frustrated with a really frustrating technological experience. So I expect we'll see a lot more development around virtual tours in the coming months and years, but that's the state of things as they are today. Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed this podcast, I hope you'll leave us a 5-star review and tell one of your friends about it.
You've been listening to Escrow Out Loud, the SF Real Estate podcast from Jackson Fuller Real Estate, experts on San Francisco real estate since 2002. Podcast notes with links available at jacksonfuller.com/podcast.